just want to talk about the rack position and troubleshooting the rack position because it seems to be a high interest item in the kettlebell community. So I just wanted to put a short clip together real quick to help people troubleshoot the rack position. And one of the things, I kind of already did this for you, but if you notice, the waistline of my pants is above the belt line here, and that's very important because a lot of people will just put the belt on where they think it should be, not thinking about the waistline. And what ends up happening is because it's over the waistline, it rides up and it starts to kind of cut into your elbows. So, and you know, two things: one, it hurts, and two, when it doesn't have to, and two, some competitions don't allow for it. So to avoid all that jazz, basically just bring your waistline up above your belt line, create a pouch for your cotton t-shirt, and put water on it. I have water on it because basically, unlike runners who wear like the Under Armour type stuff, you want the cotton to stick to you so the elbow doesn't move. Like people, I tell them to use water, and I ask them later, you know, did you use water? And they say, no, I forgot. It's one of the biggest things to know is it really helps. The other thing is the thicker the cotton, in my opinion, the better off you are. It's got to be 100% cotton, but if it's thicker, some people use like a shirt where they cut it so that it just covers the waist. So there's like a thicker layer to use, but basically it sticks and you get your elbows nice and good. I'm going to demonstrate the rack position with the belt on, and then afterwards I'm going to demonstrate it without. When I demonstrate without, I'm going to do two demonstrations, one that I feel is ideal and the other that I feel is not good. So, I mean, there's no true right or wrong rack position, but I'll give you my advice and what I think's, you know, will help you the most. So without further ado, I'm gonna clean these real quick. Tennis shoes, they make everything complicated. So here you can see like my elbows are just above the waistline, maybe an inch, and you can see it more clearly in the overhead position. You won't see the kettlebells because I'm not interested in that. Just pay attention to the waistline above the belt. It should be above the belt, and there should be like a little bit of shirt. Of course, I'm stretched out so you don't see the pouch, but as I come down, you see a little cotton pouch there for my elbows to come on and rest. So I'm going to remove the belt. See how it, like, as tight as I make it, it can hike up because of my body type. First, I'll show you the belt, or I should say the rack position. It isn't ideal. And basically all that is I'm tucking my shirt in, so there's really no pouch. And also, I'm lowering my waist line of my pants a little bit. Like, if I go into the gym and do normal conventional workouts, you know, you don't think twice. You just put a shirt on, tuck it in nice and tight, you know, pants right down around the waistline, and you go. And then people, with this, the waistline really should be up here. This is where my hip bone is. It's all the way down here. It does me no good. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and you never think to look at me like, you know, is this comfortable or not? Because in the beginning I used to kind of do this, and people get confused thinking that it just comes natural without thought, but there's a lot of thought that goes into it that people don't realize. So one of the things is that my elbows want to slide off a little bit. The fact that I have water helps, but they do want to slide off. They're kind of going to the sides a little, and sometimes, you know, people do this kind of a thing. And I used to do this. I did this in Latvia to survive. But the problem is when you go to jerk them, it's hard. It's a lot harder, especially when you're tired. And sometimes people have no choice, but they might have a choice. So ideal position, you kind of raise it up a little. I'm going to retie it. So this is more ideal. It used to be here, and now it's here. Okay? So let me just retie this. You want to make sure it's fairly tight. And then you get a nice little cotton pouch. And then I'll show you this rack position. Much more natural. Elbows are closer to the waistline. So basically today, I just wanted to go over the level of height that your waistline is supposed to be at relative to where your elbows want to rest. If I have shorter limbs, I want to bring that waistline a little bit higher. That's all. It's usually about an inch. Like this waistline is an inch below where my elbow is going to be, maybe 2 inches. So it's going to be here. Okay, and that pouch will help if it's tied in good with the waistline. Now the belt reinforces the waistline holding that pouch. So that's the advantage of the belt. Sometimes I like wearing belts, sometimes I don't. This depends. But if you have any questions, I could be reached at uskettlebelllifter@gmail.com and kettlebelllifter.blogspot.com. I'm going to post a little bit more of an explanation about this video. So feel free to follow up with any kinds of questions in the rack position. I know there's a lot of questions about how you handle the bells, and that's a whole other discussion, but I'd be happy to help out. Thanks.